Let's talk about breast cancer, but not the patient. Hi, I'm Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique, and this is a bit of a different video. So when we have somebody diagnosed with breast cancer, obviously the focus is on them and their healthcare and their treatment and trying to get them to a place of health, trying to get them to a place where they can function comfortably and feel good about themselves. And that's really hard because, they're going through treatment and their body is changing and their health is changing and their independence is changing. And even after treatment's over, then there's that whole, oh, what do I do now kind of thing. Like, you were inundated with so much support and now a lot of it's gone. You're not going to as many doctor's appointments or treatments. And that part is equally as scary for a lot of people. But what about the people surrounding the patient? So first of all, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a psychologist, but let me tell you that children are very perceptive. They know something's going on, and just saying, well, mommy's sick or whatever might not be enough. Talk to your healthcare team about how to talk to your children, because your children are going to put the worst case scenario out there. They don't know what's going on, but they know something's going on and it's serious. So it's a good idea to maybe sit down with your kids, maybe with your healthcare team or without, and just say what needs to be said. Yeah, mommy is going through some really hard health issues right now, and I'm going to be sick for a long time, but we expect mommy to get better, or whatever the case scenario is. Put it in child appropriate language, and you don't have to tell them everything, but there's information that children can understand, because knowledge is power, and it's going to be a lot less scary for them if they have some knowledge. Just my opinion, but again, talk to your healthcare team because they probably have experience on this. And then what about your partner? Your partner is probably feeling quite helpless, right? A lot of times partners want to help. They're the fixer. They're the person who's going to make it better, and they don't know how to fix it. They don't know how to make this better. And they kind of fall into a few categories. One, they will be like super agreeable. Everything you do is great. Everything you do is fine. Everything, and then you're not even having like real conversations with somebody. If you say, do you like this shirt or that shirt? And anything you wear is fine. They want to be supportive, but the person who's asking would really like an opinion, because now they can't trust your opinion because you're just going to say everything's fine. Then there is the person who is trying to fix things by micromanaging. Now they've got you on a macrobiotic diet. Everything in the house is organic. All the cleaning supplies are natural. Everything is measured, and it's like going overboard, so that they feel like they're controlling something. They feel like they're contributing. And I understand that, because we all want to feel like we're helping. We're not just standing by helplessly, right? It's like seeing a train go by and somebody's standing on the tracks. Well, you don't just want to stand there. You want to help. And then there's, the third type of person that I see who won't even talk about it. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to talk about, so they pretend there's no cancer going on. They pretend everything's, it doesn't exist. I understand all three of those perspectives, both as a problem and a coping mechanism. And, it's a communication breakdown, and it's a feeling of helplessness, and I don't know what to do, and maybe I don't want to say anything at all and pretend it's not there because I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's really hard. And so if you are the partner of somebody with breast cancer, I encourage you to find a support group. I encourage you to talk to your healthcare team. I encourage you to ask your partner how I can best support you during this time. It's really challenging. And sometimes, the husbands or the partners will come to me, privately and say, you know what, this is really hard on us. We don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I feel helpless. And that's really hard. It's a really hard position to be in. And I haven't found any men's support groups. Mind you, I haven't probably looked very hard, but if you know of any men's support groups, even something online so that people can join internationally or, in the comfort of their own home and just express things, their concern, their feelings, ask questions. I think a lot of men are afraid to ask questions. And I will tell you, when I tell people what I do for a living, hi, I'm Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique. When I tell people what I do for a living, there's always men who come up to me and say, my wife, my mother, my sister, my whomever had breast cancer or has breast cancer. It's not just something women talk about. Like, I find that men really, want somebody to talk to about it, but they don't know who, they don't know where they can talk, they don't know what's acceptable. So if you are not the patient, not the person with breast cancer, but somebody, in their orbit, a partner, a sister, a parent, a sibling, a daughter, a son, cousin, ask that person, how can I support you on this? I don't want to make things worse. I don't want to make things awkward, but I do want to support you. How can I support you on this? Because I had a friend who, still have her as a friend, whose cousin had breast cancer. And she was so worried about saying the wrong thing that she never called her. She just ghosted her completely. And it wasn't because she was being a jerk. It was because she just didn't know what to say and she was afraid of making that phone call. And in hindsight, just picking up the phone and saying, hey, I heard you're going through this. I'm sorry to hear it. How can I support you? I think that would make both parties feel better. But let me know of men's support groups, partner support groups, family support groups. If you are offered these supports by your hospital, your healthcare team, or if you found something online or wherever you found it, in-person support groups, because I'd be really interested to know, because I would love to pass that on to other people because I think it's really, really important. In fact, I know it's important. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share that information down below because we all need to know about it. Really appreciate your support, and we'll see you soon.